Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal. Go, 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 go. It's beautiful. Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude.
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to The Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Mini of Des Moines. Explore their great selection of Countryman models, including the most powerful all-wheel drive Mini ever, plus JCW convertibles in stock and ready for that summer fun. Start your buying journey at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushladio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube this morning, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comments section. Phone lines are always open at 515-517-2303. And follow us on our social media channels. Good morning, Ross Peterson. What's going on there, buddy?
Not much, man. Had a fun weekend. Had a really fun weekend. Got to dust off the old announcer shoes and get up in the ring and welcome everybody to fight night.
So you were talking about this on Friday, and I remember I go to you, hey, where's this at? You're like, I got to get that information. I got to get the download. Was this on Friday night or was it on Saturday night?
This was on Saturday night. It was the Midwest Cage Championship, which is it's got to be the longest running local promotion for MMA fighting.
Really?
It's been around a while, man. I'm guessing they're coming up on 15, 20 years, something like that. So, got the call last week that Scott Casper, who normally does their ring announcing, wasn't able to do it. So, went out. I had a great time, man. It was fun to do it again. It was a great night of fights. Ran into a lot of old friends I haven't seen in a long time. Remembered why I loved going to those for so long. I mean, there's a good several year period there where my friends and I didn't miss a fight if it was in town. And some of those people are still around, and it was fun to catch up again. So I had a wonderful time Saturday night. Hope I get a chance to do it again.
Now, you mentioned you got some blood splattered on your suit.
Yeah, dude. In the main event, dude from Minnesota had this local Bosnian fighter named Ago up against the cage and hit him with a left hook. They were right above me. And I got splattered, and I was like, oh, that was some sweat. And I looked down, and I was like, that was not sweat. That was not sweat.
That was type O. That was type O blood getting splattered all over me.
All right. Alan asked, I would look, one of an East Side kid fought. He did not win, unfortunately. He fought a tough. There were some tough dudes, man. It's amazing how tough these amateurs are, man. Like, crazy tough. And then there were 2 professional fights as well, and those are impressive.
So explain to me, so this was amateur fighting, but are these guys trying to get to UFC? Are they trying to get to something? So, yeah. I mean, does UFC like have scouts here? Do they? How does that all work? Do you know how that works? I'm throwing a hard one at you, but I didn't know if you knew that.
I hesitate because I don't know, Travis, that they necessarily have scouts here anymore. I think probably that they watch videos of the fight. If we would have had, I'm guessing that if we had an MMA or a UFC scout there, there would have been a little bit more dignitary status held for him. And there really wasn't anybody of that stature there. You know what I mean? It was fun. I will tell you a funny story. So the ring girls were there.
Okay. They hot?
Oh, come on. Yeah, they're cute. They're cute girls. You know, they're 20 something, early 20s. And for the most part, when, they were sitting, I was sitting next to the red corner. So next to me was an official, and then the 2 coaches, and then the other side of those 2 coaches were the 2 girls. Okay. So when action is over on the left side of the ring or in this corner, my eyes occasionally look over and I see, and the ring girls, for the most part, they were doing this. You know what I mean? That's for the most part. And I'm not making fun of them, I promise. They're 20-year-old girls. at an event looking cute, right? They're taking photos. They weren't really, it didn't seem like that into the fights. The last fight of the night, Travis, they're not only like into this fight, they're not only yelling instruction to one of the fighters, they're giving like good instruction. And I mean really good instruction.
Really?
Really good instruction. Like, keep his hand pinned down. Move around. Get your hips out. Go, right leg. I'm like, these girls like know what they're talking about.
So it must have been some grappling at that point, right? So these were like probably wrestling cheerleaders growing up.
The entire fight. They're like, go, jab, slip it. He's slipping. They're like giving good instruction. Very much fight savant stuff. Okay. Enough so that I noticed it and I'm like, I'm asking about that. So the fights got over and I went over. I'm like, ladies, good job tonight. They're like, thanks a lot. And I said, hey, I got to ask. You guys didn't say a word for most of those fights. But the last fight, was that like your friend or something? No. Nope. He'd been nice to us earlier in the night. He was a really nice guy. And so we liked him. And the other guy, we didn't really care for him. And the other guy, his mouthpiece had fallen out 4 or 5 times. They were like, we thought he was kind of spitting his mouthpiece out to get a break. We didn't like that. I'm like, oh, I go, well, do you guys fight? And they're like, oh, we're both Grandview wrestlers. Checks. There it is.
We're both Grandview wrestlers.
There it is. You bad. Okay,
so
I got it.
It didn't fit your original stereotype when they're sitting there with the phone going.
No, and they were cute girls. You know, I mean, not that you would, naturally assume are Grandview wrestlers. Not. I shouldn't mean it like that. But yeah, they were cute girls. And oh yeah, we're both Grandview wrestlers. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense now.
Damn.
So had
Sounds like a fun time. Did you go full Scott Casper? Were you like, hello, Grimes?
Damn right. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, you're damn right, man. You got to do that when you're doing that. Don't you have to kind of?
I've done a lot of announcing. I've never been in a ring. I've never done boxing. I've never done MMA. I've never done that sort of PA announcing. I've done basketball, done baseball, done softball. I think I've done a little football. I've never done fights ever. Never asked me.
I'll tell you how my Saturday night into Sunday went, and then I know you didn't have a great weekend, but that's all you
had. A horrible weekend.
Okay. You want to hear a kind of a weird story before you go into your horrible weekend?
Sure.
Okay. So I got home late Saturday night then. I pull in the house. I don't even remember what it was. Maybe like 11 o'clock, a little later. And Courtney comes over. She's going to spend the night here. And I haven't had dinner yet. So I'm like, you know what we should do? We should go on an adventure and go find something to eat at nearly midnight on a Saturday night as 40.
Well, your options are Jimmy John's, Taco Bell, Taco John's.
Not in Des Moines. We got some places. We got Big Tomato Pizza. There's a place downtown called Last Call that's open late. I'm like, yeah, let's go there downtown on Court Avenue at midnight on a Saturday, north of 40. We drive down there, and by the grace of God, we can't find any parking. Okay, and at some point we're like looping around, and they got all the streets blocked off. I'm like, man, what is going on? Finally, and Courtney was the one like, hey, should we be down here? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's not old downtown. It's not 1999 downtown. We're fine. But we can't find parking, and we really want to eat. So let's just leave. We'll go to Big Tomato up on Ingersoll. Drive up to Big Tomato, get some pizza, come home, go to bed. Yesterday, I'm doing an open house. My client is a cop. I'm pulling up to the house, and Courtney sends me a video. Travis, there was a brawl right where we had turned around on 4th Street. Right where we turned around. There was an absolute melee of a fight. Dude, you can watch this video, Travis. It's grown men knocking out women.
No.
Multiple guys punching women. I'm watching it, and so I'm watching the video, and I walked into my client's house, and I'm like, dude, look at this. This is my nephew, who's a detective. I'm like, have you seen this video? And he was like Tuesday for him, right? He looked at it and he goes, dude, what do you think I do when I'm down there on bar duty? I go, Matt, this is guys hitting women. He goes, they don't care anymore.
Wow.
I'm like, what? He says they don't care anymore. Ross, you think he's like, this is what downtown is becoming again.
How do you police that? How do you break that up?
Trav, you watch the video, you wonder the same thing. So got out of Saturday night. Okay.
So your intuition might have been right. Like you're like when you said, "Hey, should we be down here?" And then you guys say, let's just leave. Did it happen? Do you think after you left?
We were gone. Yeah. After we pulled out of there was when it all went down.
Wow.
So what happened this weekend?
Well, I had an okay Saturday. It was yesterday. Ross, I never get sick. I didn't get out of bed yesterday. The first time I got it. Well, I shouldn't say that. Dr. Rob came over, we recorded, and we're about half hour into the podcast, and I'm like, dude, I don't feel well. Something just wrong. And we got done, and that was about 11:30 in the morning. I didn't get out of bed until I couldn't feel my body. It was like I haven't worked out in 3 years, and I did the most intense full body workout, and it's like the next day or 2 days where you just are so sore. I was running, my fever went in and out. I caught a bug, I caught a virus. I don't know if it was lettuce I ate. I went out for dinner on Saturday night. Could have been the lettuce. I've got Sutton here who's got hand, foot, and mouth disease, which now I don't have any sores or anything like that, but it could have been the virus there. I told Anjanette last night, this is the sickest, the worst I felt since December of 2019 when I got back from Italy, and I think I was COVID case number 1 in the United States.
Remember that.
Because they weren't even testing then, and I was laid up for like a week and a half. I mean, I just was miserable yesterday.
Now that you say it, I do see that you're you have your normal color today.
Yeah. I mean, I just do not feel well. I'm achy. I'm debating whether I should even go to work today because the last thing I want to do is give more people a virus because obviously this one's pretty contagious. If I got it from a 1-year-old, I don't know, but I'm just not myself. It's ugh.
You're going to be patient zero on this tick virus that makes you allergic to meat, aren't you?
You're allergic to meat?
I haven't heard about this. I got to get you up on the conspiracy tip.
Well, I had a rack of ribs on Saturday night at the restaurant. And unfortunately, it's the only thing I can taste in my mouth now. So I'm like, did I get food poisoning? Did I get bad ribs? And my wife's like, you didn't get bad ribs. I'm like, it's all I can taste is the smoke and the sauce. My sense of smell and taste didn't go away. It's just being overpowered by a rack of ribs right now. And this is 48 hours later. Ugh.
The food poisoning is usually like violent throwing up, though, right?
Yeah, and I haven't thrown up. There was one time yesterday I wanted to throw up. I've had some. No, I wouldn't say diarrhea, but I've had soft stools. How's that? No diarrhea, no explosive diarrhea.
Exactly, just call it diarrhea. You could have stopped there. Every human being went, "Yep, know what you mean."
Soft stools.
I had that not quite diarrhea. They weren't the hot snakes, but they were.
The bidet had to work overtime with the soft stool. Yeah. So
somebody suggested earlier, because you've got some home remedies popping in. Okay. Somebody suggested earlier that you I think the term was smoke a little flour and it would take care of that nausea. Here we go. Ryan says, smoke some flour, Travis. I swear to God, it would make that nausea. I don't know what type of flour, if it's dandelion, if it's rose petals.
Yeah. Some gardenias. I think it's gardenias that we're going to be, hybriding in.
There was another one.
But
in
I
here,
haven't
too,
I haven't had the nausea since about 11:30 noon yesterday. I've been loading up on ibuprofen, then Tylenol, then Dayquil, then ibuprofen, then Tylenol, then NyQuil. I bet I slept a total of 16, 17 hours yesterday. Just never got out of bed.
Never like broke a sweat or anything like
Oh
that.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The fever would come in, boom. Oh, the fever broke. I'm gonna be good. 2 hours later, fever's back. Then I'd lay down, and then then it would break again.
Listen, I appreciate you being a gamer, but you could have called yesterday and been like, dude.
Now I know, but the beyond the bench and Trent Condon, they're on their way to Las Vegas.
Vegas, aren't they?
Yeah. And I'm not spreading any germs here. And I still think even at 70%, I'm better than most people at 100%.
I agree. Driftless Iowan says, go burn one. It helps the tummy and aches. So just, I guess, incense is what Driftless Iowan saying. Go burn one. Leaves. Apparently smoke is what I tell you what I'm learning. We're missing an opportunity with Bud and Mary's. How come they aren't advertising on the Rush with how many?
No kidding. Our level of weed smokers is absolutely incredible.
The name of the chat should just be called Wake and Bake.
We are going to be talking weed and THC drinks coming up at 7:30. Bob Raykemper, he's a defense lawyer in town. This actually came up last Thursday with Brian Duax, and we were talking about the THC drinks. And how do you know if somebody's been drinking and driving with the THC drinks? And our good buddy who's a lawyer chimed in, hey, dude, I've got somebody for you guys. And you know me, I'm an opportunist. I'm like, well, then you're kind of like, oh, is the lawyer going to be boring? But in his first reply,
so these emails happened very quickly while I was in a meeting. The first email that I saw came from Travis, and it said, "You had me with your first word." And I'm like, well, what did a person send to us that they had Travis with the first word? Like, was the first word money? What's the first word? Travis, what was the first word of his reply when you asked him if he would join the show?
Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm like, okay.
One word, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, this guy could be fun to have on the air. And it came up last week, and our lawyer friend that refers a lot of stuff to us gives us our inside information. I'm not going to out him, but he's like, you need to have one of these two guys on. They're at the forefront of this with THC drinks, with a lot of things.
Reminds me of that voicemail we got at the real estate office one time from one of my favorite other realtors in Des Moines. One of my favorite realtors that doesn't work with us, Nick Souza. And one time, Mark sends this voicemail to our group. He goes, "From now on, it is required if you are going to work for me that all of you leave voicemails that sound like this." And the voicemail was, "Yeah, this message is for Ross Peterson. This is Nick Souza. If you could have him return my call, that'd be tits." That's good. That's good. Tits is a fun word.
Tits is a very fun word.
You can say, "Man, it blew my tits off." And people are like, "That's funny."
What's another fun word that is probably politically incorrect? Tits is a good one.
Another word that's probably... Well,
I know one, but I'm not going to say it because I'll get in trouble.
Is it the R word?
No. Well, it's fun to say that every once in a while, too.
It's fun to say that.
Never go.
See, what I do when I want to say it is I write it down.
Yeah.
That's the Theo Vaughn.
And after going to the Shane Gillis concert,
Alan, that's a good one, Alan. Fuba. I just went black for a second.
I see you.
Uh-oh, I've lost you, Trav. I've lost you.
Here's Melanie. Because Melanie.
We said it before because remember you talked about your daughters use this word as like a positive thing. So I even asked Courtney's daughters about it. I said, hey, Travis's daughter said something the other day, and he wanted to ask about it, where they were like trying to compliment something. They called it cunty. And they were like, yeah, that's the thing. Melanie says, and again, it kind of cut out for a while, but yeah, that was the word Melanie.
Yeah.
Man, what's going on here in my studio?
Melanie, fabulous quote, makes my Monday. Okay. Besides Bob Redkemper, I think I'm saying his last name right. I asked him for pronunciation. He never got back to me on that. Scott Reister going to be joining us at 7 o'clock. He got a shot in the dark coming up, I believe, on August 22nd. And your chance to go golf at night. Scott's been behind this thing the last couple of years, and it's very near and dear to his heart that he puts this thing on. So last time he was on, he was pushing his book. This time he's going to be trying to get you to golf. That's
fun
good.
golf, unique golf opportunity. Not like if you're a scratch golfer, this might not be for you. If you're somebody who enjoys going out golfing a couple times a year, this is the exact event for you.
Ty Gibbs won the Iowa Corn 350 on the NASCAR circuit yesterday. He's the grandson of Joe Gibbs and, of course, drives for Joe Gibbs Racing. Ross, this was an interesting race, and it came down to pit strategy. And it's the little things you probably don't know or don't see that make the biggest difference. And Ty Gibbs and his pit crew decided to take 2 tires on their last pit stop, not 4. And Christopher Bell, who's a teammate, took 4. And they felt the only way they were going to get out of pit row faster than Bell, because they felt Bell had the faster car, was to take two tires instead of 4. Bell took 4. And they noticed during testing as they were driving that the left side was not wearing as much as the right side. So they took 2 right side tires, pitted with 60 laps to go, and ended up driving to the victory at the Iowa Corn 350.
Listen, I could have told them years ago from playing NASCAR on PlayStation, the right tires wear faster than the left tires. It's been that way, and that's racing. Very cool. I love it when pit strategy and stuff like that comes into play, and you realize that racing is way more than just, the fastest machine and the best driver. It is a team sport, and that's very, very cool. I like the Ty Gibbs story. I've always liked Joe Gibbs. Am I missing something with Joe Gibbs? There was no big scandal with him, was there? That guy,
No.
Pretty impressive guy.
I'm sure if you were to dig deep, there's always a scandal or something to like. But Joe Gibbs is pretty much, he went from the Washington Redskins, winning Super Bowls, to, you know what? I like NASCAR, built a great race team, still has a great race team. But I don't think there's any scandals with Joe Gibbs.
And it was his daughter-in-law that was one of the ones that was a big part of the lawsuit that happened.
Oh, were they in on that?
And Jordan, yeah. She was a big part of it because she was one of them that Joe Gibbs' son had passed away, and his wife then stepped into the role for Joe Gibbs Racing, I think is what it was called.
Okay.
I'm in the weeds here, so if I'm wrong, guys, please jump in. And she was one of them that to make the long story short, she kind of was one that looked behind the books and was like, wait, this is not the way that business works. She came from, I don't remember what industry, maybe even real estate, but I think she came from another industry. And once she got a hold of this, was like, this is not the way this is supposed to work. This is a one-way relationship, and all of it's going to the France family. We got it. We should all ask if we can change this. And wrote a letter, didn't start a lawsuit, wrote a letter that said, here's my story, here's my history, here's what I'm noticing. I think these changes should happen. And they ended up in court.
Here's what I liked about the Iowa races over the weekend. And I was watching a little bit of the ARCA race on Friday night. I was at the club, and it was on FS1. The Saturday race on. There were great crowds for all 3 nights of racing. Sometimes with those lower divisions, you don't get the big crowds. I was very impressed with the number of people that packed Iowa Speedway on Friday, Saturday, and of course yesterday was sold out. And they put on a great event, and that's why NASCAR is coming back next year. And now racing kicks into high gear again this week as the Nationals start, I believe, on Wednesday in Knoxville. So it's going to be, you go from the NASCAR race to the Knoxville Nationals. I was listening to, I think, Sean and Lucas on Beyond the Bench on Friday, and they had somebody on who was down at Knoxville, and they were like happy that NASCAR is moving to that July 4th weekend because of the back-to-back races. That's a lot of money for people to spend, to shell out, right? It's like, I mean, it's still going to be regardless, but you got a month maybe to build the piggy bank back up before you're shelling out just a ton of cash.
You know, I wonder, Travis. There's some. There's some. I would genuinely wonder how much crossover there is between the NASCAR crowd and the Knoxville crowd. It was Connor Ferguson that they had on. Is that what it was? He was at.
I think, yeah.
Very cool. That's Connor's. When we have racing questions, Connor's the guy we're reaching out to also from Always Race Day. And he was their producer at KXNO.
Okay.
I would wonder how much crossover there is.
25, 30%?
I think it's less than that. I think it's less than that, but maybe I'm wrong because it just seems. I mean, it just seems like two different crowds. Dirt track racing has a different connotation than the street, than NASCAR and those.
I would agree with you, but I don't hear me out. Why I think it's 25 or 30% because. My old boss, he's sold his portion of the company, he was a big dirt track guy, but he also loved NASCAR, right? To him, it was about the speed. It was like you had that. It didn't matter if it was on dirt, asphalt, whatever. It was about the speed and the racing, and that's why I'm like, okay, you probably have 25 to 30% who were at Iowa Speedway who like, I just want the speed. I want to go watch any type of racing that I can watch. You probably had 20, 30% who were just at Iowa Speedway over the weekend because there's a place to be seen and it was a big event.
Yeah. Trev, do you think they track that? Knoxville or Newton is able in some way to track that?
I don't know how, unless you're like geotagging their phone and going, are you? Which that happens, by the way.
Just ask the Newton PD. They've got flock cameras. They'll tell you where everybody's been.
God love the flock cameras.
I do love the Knoxville Nationals. I love it. I think that is the most awesome form of racing. Audrey was up at Boone this weekend.
Really?
One of her best friends, her uncle races. Gage Hilgenberg races a sport mod up in Boone. Audrey got to go up and sit in the pits and be in the pits. She loved it. She came home. She's like, Dad, that was so much fun.
You got to start them young with racing. Got to start them young. Hey, do you have electrical problems? Mr. Electric of Central Iowa handles it all, from panel upgrades to ceiling fans, generators, and surge protection. With licensed pros and transparent pricing, book your appointment at MrElectricIowa.com. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
When I'm meeting a new patient, I want them to feel comfortable knowing that odds are I've seen something like this before.
From the moment a patient steps into the room to the moment the patient leaves the office, I think they're going to get a great experience.
I think it feels good coming in and feeling like it's a community here and you get to be a part of that community and get to be taken care of by that community.
My goal is when they walk out of there to know that I'm fighting for them, I'm pulling for them.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Loving the Rush? Of course you are. Keep listening for more local sports content on The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and Beyond the Bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain from 4 to 6 every day. It's all here on the Rush Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Sean McFarland, Service Manager here at Mini of Des Moines. August is here, and that means back to school is right around the corner. We invite you to bring yours or your child's vehicle into any of our service departments for a complimentary multi-point inspection. Any make, any model, doesn't matter. Stop in and see us or visit us online at miniofdesmoines.com to set your appointment.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
I hope you're stretched, hydrated, and prepared for more nonsense because The Rush with Travis and Ross, presented by Willis Automotive, is back now.
If you're not feeling right, don't ignore it. Treat it, but treat it your way. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center designed to restore your confidence and your comfort and put you back in control, because at UCI, you will get personalized treatment based on you and nobody else. You deserve a clear plan, a private, tailored experience, and judgment-free care. That's UCI. Schedule an appointment with UCI at iowauro.com. Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. Scott Reister from KCCI TV 8 going to be joining us at 7 o'clock. Then at 7:30, Bob Redcamper, a lawyer who focuses on criminal defense, going to be talking THC drinks with us because we have questions. Ross, I'm going to bring up your favorite subject in the world right now, and I sent you a text yesterday regarding the WNBA.
Oh.
And it was a bad weekend for the WNBA. Horrible weekend for the WNBA. And if you see our YouTube thumbnail today, I just said this is an ugly league. And it's now about agendas and not basketball. And this league is no longer, it's turning into a joke. It started, with the Sophie Cunningham thing when she said, hey, when the transgender thing started. And then Royce White, former Iowa State Cyclone, and Enos Cantor Freedom came out last week and said, hey, we're declaring for the WNBA draft. We're now transgender individuals. It's performative theater, but they're trying to drive home a point. I think it's stupid, but the WNBA is absolutely quiet on this and hasn't responded at all. Maybe it's not dignified of a response because we know what those two are doing, but they're pushing the limits. And then on Saturday, Sophie Cunningham is clotheslined, and she was clotheslined by DiJoinai Carrington, who DiJoinai is one hell of a player, but she gets kicked out of the game, goes in, and instead of getting on X, gets on Threads. Maybe she thought nobody would see it because she got on Threads, but just put white privilege and tagged the Indiana Fever. Okay, Sophie Cunningham was kicked out of a game last year for the exact same thing, and that's what Sophie came on and said, hey, listen, this isn't about race. This is about doing something right or wrong. I did the exact same thing last year and got kicked out of the game. There was no privilege there. And then yesterday, you have Las Vegas and New York playing in a nationally televised game. Nationally televised. ABC. It's the premier WNBA game. You have two of the best teams in the league, the most popular stars, and Las Vegas sat three of their starters. Asia Wilson, Gray, and one more. And they were. It was
like
kind of
a load management type.
Yeah,
thing?
it was load management because they had to play back-to-back games. Okay, you do that. You go ahead and do that, but you just hurt your league. Even New York was like, God, we were looking forward to playing against the best players in the league. This league lacks leadership, not just from the front office, but from players. Somebody's got to step up and say, because right now, Ross, after that collective bargaining agreement, this league is in its 30th year. It doesn't look like it's mature enough to handle the responsibility that was given to them after they were negotiated a new CBA. This league is ugly, and I've lost all interest in it. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I drove you nuts for how much I talked about the WNBA because I could see what was happening. I'm like, you have this gift horse in Caitlin Clark that has brought unbelievable attention to your league, and you've pissed all of it away, every bit of it.
You mentioned three things, and then Coach Herson brings up a fourth one that I saw. I didn't know about the load management thing. I saw the Cantor and White deal. I also saw a deal where Caitlin Clark was given that, seventh or eighth technical foul. She was going to have to miss the Fever's next game because she ran into an official. And they said that she went out of her way to make contact with the official and then gave her a forearm shiver. And I watched the video and I'm like,
no, it's momentum coming off of a layup.
They rescinded that technical foul. So she doesn't have to miss the next game. That's not a technical foul. But all right, let's go one by one. Dude, what a great way to put it. 100% correct. This is all about agendas. This has not been about basketball for a very long time. The basketball is not great basketball. Nobody I'm kind of sick of the thing of like, oh man, you don't understand. I've watched. It's not great. You can't watch more than 10 minutes of it and go, oh man, this is fantastic basketball. No, it's not. So you're not going to win me over with the ball. It has been all about agendas. It's all about movements and feeling. Travis, I've said this 1,000 times, man. When the only tool you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. When the only thing you can do is scream racism, you scream racism at every turn. And we are so fucked politically that nobody can say anything without pissing off a quarter of the people in the room. Now, wait a minute. Before I decide if I like you or not, who'd you vote for? Whether I know I can take your opinion serious or not, I need to know that you agree with me on other things. And that's what's happening. There's a transition into the Royce White part, who I've never liked. I've always thought Royce was trouble. When Royce got drafted and he came on and he was like, I'm now the flag bearer for people with mental health. I was on the air the next day saying, that is the way this works. That isn't the way this works. You don't get to come out and say, I'm now the flag bearer. Those things get handed to you. You don't claim them. And when you claim them, bad things are going to happen. And what happened? Royce White turned out to be a really bad flag bearer. Really bad. For a lot of things. Now, what he and Inez Cantor did over the weekend, saying, oh, hey, by the way, first time I saw that with the Inez Cantor thing, I thought it was one of those AI, Donald Trump with big hair Caitlin Clark and doing a statue with a basketball. Well, I thought it was like, this is AI. Nobody's really doing this. And then the next day it was like, oh yeah, Royce White's going to jump in too. I was like, oh yeah, he'd do it. Oh, he'd do it. Here's why that's not stupid. This is actually the way to fix this thing. I know this can sound crazy. I get it. And I'm with you people that are like, this is all for publicity. This is all just street theater. You're right. You're right. Hear me out on this. This is how this gets fixed. You have to put in writing, black and white, ink on paper. Here are the rules to being a woman. Here's who we will allow in the league, and here's who we won't allow in the league. And Travis, this is the thing about these movements. Okay, there is no such thing as unity. You're about to see, how in college sports we're always talking about realignment. You're about to see realignment amongst the left, because there's no honor among thieves. Okay, they are going to eat each other. As soon as somebody stands up and says, okay, listen, I've been the flag bearer of trans rights. I'm the one that understands this better than everybody else. Here's the deal. You have to be on hormone blockers. Somebody's going to stand up in that group and go, no, wait, that's not fair to me and my kid. My kid just feels like it and doesn't want to do the thing. That doesn't work. Oh, okay. You're right. Can't. We're here to be inclusive. We're here to bring in everybody. We're not here to offend anybody. Okay. So we can't make it that. Okay. So what law can we write? What can we put down in black and white that says this is what qualifies you to be a woman? We have different jails for men and women. We have different interest rates for business owners for men and women. How do we qualify those things? And then the WNBA, they're going to have to do the exact same thing. And I've just stand back and watch. This is actually the thing, as crazy as it is. And we all can look back and go, this is insane. Inez Kanter and Royce White playing in the WNBA. What are we doing? Welcome to Crazy Town.
Bizarro world. We live in bizarro world.
We're in bizarro world, and right now you're on bizarro world. You just put a stop in Crazy Town. Want to meet the mayor? You can be the mayor. It's not like are those guys stupid? Are they just doing it for the effect? Yes and yes and yes. Is this exact? Is this a Batman line? Are they the heroes we need, not the ones we deserve? Yeah. Or the heroes we deserve, or whatever, however that line is. That's it. Kaylin, just what have we become as a society? Kaylin, bizarro world. Things are so weird, we have to talk about how weird they are.
Because the rule book only says you have to be a woman to play in the WNBA. There's no definition behind that. And that's what they're trying to say is that, well, I identify as a woman. We know they don't, but they are trying to push this league into define what a woman is. And I have no problem with little girls and little boys playing sports together, but there does reach a point where it doesn't make sense. When you're 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, it really doesn't matter. There does come a point where there is a separation of ability. And you can say, hey, kids can play sports 100%. I'm not saying that. But there does come a point where you're like, you cross a threshold where it doesn't make sense.
Why we created these sports. It's why we created these leagues.
And the crazy thing is,
the load management thing to me is all, Travis, that's the best example of what the point you were making there of, I don't think that this league understands its role or where it's at or and by role, that sounds rude. That sounds like, because again, this is what we do in politics now. I said this word role, and there's people that will go, oh, he's talking about women. No, what I mean is their role as a sport in the grand echelon of the entertainment dollar and world. They are still an up-and-comer. Sometimes, barely an up-and-comer. Know your role here. Load management? Oh, you got to play tomorrow night, too. You get to do that when you have 82 games. You get to do that when it's multiple back-to-backs and you're traveling across the country. And you also get to do that when your league is making bajillions of dollars.
Kathy Engelbert should have called Becky Hammond and said, what you did more damage to the league than anything that we've seen. We have a 12:30 ABC game between New York and Las Vegas. You have Brianna Stewart on one side. You have Asia Wilson on another. And you don't play Asia Wilson? What are you doing? Do you know how many people said, well, and New York won by 40, Ross. 40.
Jesus. Travis, to repeat the words that you sent to our astute attorney, you had me, or to borrow, you lost me at your first words. Kathy Engelbert ain't doing shit.
No.
Kathy Engelbert's
nobody's doing anything.
No, Travis, they love it. They think they're doing all the right things. They think wearing the T-shirts that say trans kids matter or whatever the T-shirt is that is very obviously a jab at Sophie Cunningham's comments and the shit that she'd been dealing with for the last couple of weeks. And nobody stepped in to do that. In fact, my gut says because this continues to happen, Travis, it might even be encouraged. We're killing it, guys. You know how often they're talking about the WNBA? Yeah, they're killing us. Yeah, they lost me a lot. Like your thing of they lost me, as you know, a long time ago. I quit watching the games. It's not fun. And this shit I don't care about at all. And I see it in our comment section a lot also when this stuff gets brought up. Like it's not as much as I think we used to. Man, it still works. It still works. There's still people that think that this is somehow a right versus left, a red versus blue, that there's these conservatives and there's these libtards and
Ross, I saw this yesterday to where they take Sophie Cunningham and said she did more damage to the protection of women by being a ring girl at a UFC fight. That working for Dana White and doing that set women's protection back decades. I'm like, really? I guess I don't see that. I don't understand that. That you want certain people to fit into a mold, but you don't want other people to. And look who. This is where I want leadership from Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson. Because for the most part, Caitlin Clark gets ripped because she doesn't say anything, that she's too quiet. But Asia Wilson doesn't say anything, but she doesn't take the same beating that Caitlin Clark does. But these two players need to get in and say, whether you guys like it or not, we're the face of the league, and you're hurting the product. And there needs to be a new commissioner in the WNBA who is not afraid to hand down severe punishment to people who do stupid things. Step out of line.
Step out of line and draw the line. Make it real clear. Travis, you said something last week that I've had battling around my brain a little bit too. And you talked about the NFL and the Shield. And man, what an amazing job. We all know that I almost said Dana White. Jesus. Roger Goodell has done an amazing job of protecting the Shield.
It's all about the brand, man.
All about that brand, that big brand. And when you become a part of it, you're proud to be a part of it. You fall in line. You recognize right away, oh, I'm not bigger. I'm not bigger than this. I'm a part of it for a little while, and then I get booted out of here in 3 to 5 years if I'm lucky. I get booted out of this brotherhood in 3 to 5 years. I better just fall in line and do what the rules say. Protect that shield.
You know, when Carrington put out white privilege, which is an asinine thing to state, and people criticized her for it, and people were like, well, you don't believe in our First Amendment right? Well, hold on for a second. People, it's amazing to me how many people don't understand the First Amendment of the United States. It doesn't mean you get to say whatever you want. When you have an employer, when you have somebody you represent, that employer can go, yeah, you don't get to do that. You just hurt the logo, right? You hurt the overall product. You became divisive, and there's going to be punishment for that. As long as you play in this league, sorry, there are standards and practices that you have to follow. First Amendment doesn't guarantee you the right to say anything you want wherever you want. There are consequences for that.
I had one time, Trav, when remember when Carson King was going through his BS, and that there was that group that came out and posted it, like pulled up one of his old tweets that he quoted a rap song, whatever it was, whatever that stupid story was. And I put out some tweet. It was being super sarcastic. I mean, I was battling with people at the time online, and I put out some sarcastic tweet that flew in the face of everything I'd said. And we had a boss that came to me and said, hey, I want you to take that tweet down. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's not. I don't think that's the message you want to be sending out. And I was like, dude, I'm being sarcastic. And I had to explain it to him. I had to sit him down in my office and go, no, I mean the opposite. Do you not understand this? Look at the rest of the stuff I was saying. I'm being sarcastic with this one tweet. Oh, okay. No, I just saw that tweet and thought you were.
But a league that had so much potential 3 years ago was on the cusp of doing great things because of one player coming into the league in a short amount of time. First, it was the officiating. All of a sudden, everybody's watching the WNBA, and you're like, this officiating's horrible. And then all of a sudden, it became agenda-driven. And now it's just ugly. And the immaturity of these professional athletes, and they are immature. Because if you really wanted to protect the growth for future generations, you would go, hey, we got to sit and act professional now. What is the NFL doing correct? What is the NBA doing correct? What is Major League Baseball doing correct? They stay away, for the most part, from this drama.
For the most part. And
for the most part, yeah.
You can find exceptions. And again, they're way bigger leagues with way bigger groups of people, way bigger. To try to control all of that's really hard. Are you going to get an Ocho Cinco that steps out of line and does some odd stuff? Yeah. This is your coaches. And by the way, it's become like a daily thing. You came up with 4 things that happened over this weekend. So I watched 0 games, but I heard about a technical foul that was apparently white privilege. I heard about 2 grown men NBA veterans who now want to play in the WNBA. I've now heard about how load management is becoming a part of it, and how they had to have a technical foul that wasn't a technical foul that would have cost their one of the most popular players in the league a game that then ended up getting rescinded. Sounds like things are going great. I heard about more scandals than I saw baskets. Or even highlights, for that matter. The only thing I saw all weekend was Sophie Cunningham getting hit in the head. It's the only thing I even saw. Let me think.
And then, I
saw Caitlin. I saw Caitlin run into the official. Those 2 plays.
And the sad thing is, with Sophie Cunningham getting decapitated, you have your coach, Stephanie White, defend DiJoinai Carrington during it. Well, she's just a competitor. Well, that's the way she plays.
I did see afterwards, and I thought for sure you were going to play this today, Trav. I did see this last night that Stephanie White, the coach, during the press conference did go in. Now, again, maybe what I saw was AI. You know what I mean? You never know anymore, because she did cuss. She's like, no, this is BS. My girl, they're getting banged. Like, she did stand up for.
Yeah, she did say it was kind of a mixed bag, right? She goes, that's the way DiJoinai plays. She plays hard. She should have been kicked out. So it was like, but let's not forget, she coached DiJoinai Carrington when she was at Connecticut. So there's a relationship there. So she probably didn't want to dive into her too much. But I guess you can say somebody plays hard, decapitates somebody, but yet should be kicked out.
Decapitates.
The league is ugly. And Ross, I started this year watching a lot. I haven't watched a WNBA game, and I have no interest in watching a WNBA game maybe the rest of the year. Because it's just, even the announcers, the studio host, it's all agenda-driven, and they're off message. The WNBA doesn't have a message. And sure, you can say, well, Greg Popovich and Steve Kerr, they get political. They do. But it just seems not as polarizing as what is happening in the WNBA. JR's South Fork Ranch is just not a food stop at the Iowa State Fair. It is a full-on fair stop. If you're headed to the Iowa State Fair, make JR as part of the plan. You come hungry, and you get bacon, pickle, mac and cheese. You get JR's famous lobster roll, or one of the most talked about new items at the fair, caviar nuggets. Premium caviar. None of that cheap shit. We're talking premium caviar, creme fraiche, and crispy chicken nuggets. Then grab a cold beer, a special drink like the Pink Pony Cooler, and meet up with your crew and stay for the fun. JR's has a full fair lineup covered with food, drinks, and live music, live late-night DJs, and only that one-of-a-kind State Fair energy. Ross and I are going to be live at JR's South Fork Ranch on Friday morning. Beyond the Vent with Sean and Lucas, going to be there Friday afternoon. JR's South Fork Ranch at the Iowa State Fair. Do not miss it. Scott Reister from KCCI TV8 joins us next on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire, a front row tickets to every show-yonaire, a hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
It's Marion with Willis Volvo Cars, and back to school season is here. We just want to make sure that you and your teen driver's vehicle is ready for the road ahead. For the entire month of August, we will be offering free multi-point vehicle inspections, any make or model. At any of our service center locations, a certified technician will check out your tires, brakes, underneath the vehicle, and everything in between. To schedule an appointment, give us a call or head online at willisvolvocars.com.
You love the Hawkeyes. You love hot Combine them after every game this season with the Black and Gold Rush on the Rush Radio Network.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bread, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Try our newly rebranded granola. Specially handmade, our amazing granola makes for a delightful treat. You can order online, purchase at local grocery retailers, or find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday. We look forward to serving you.
For people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, is back because apparently Travis and Ross have even more to say.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Willis Automotive is hiring technicians for both Nissan and Chevrolet service departments. They're looking for 2 Nissan technicians and 2 Chevrolet technicians to join their growing team. Qualified technicians may be eligible for up to a $5,000 sign-on bonus. $5,000 just to sign on. If you're ready to grow your career with a company that values its employees, this is your opportunity. Start your next career at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushladio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube this morning, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, leave your comments in the comments section, call the show at 515-517-2303, and follow us on our social media channels. Before we get to Scott Reister, we do have a phone call coming in. It wouldn't be a Monday morning without the Reverend Ray. Rev, what's up?
Well, okay. What up, Rev?
Good morning, boys. Good morning, boys, and we Nation in the chat. Just wanted to represent with you, and thank you for getting that lawyer on and discussing THC drinks. And I'm pretty hyped up about it because it helps people that like you, Travis, that suffer from cannabis deficiency syndrome.
I suffer from cannabis deficiency syndrome?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You're just you're like a studio stoner that likes to talk about drug use and abuse, but you've never actually experienced being a drug addict. And myself, I'm 26 years clean of meth and cocaine, and I smoke weed every day. I have MS, and it's my medicine for MS. Worldwide, there's MS patients, and cannabis drinks are great for us when we go out. We maintain our buzz.
I'm not pushing back against the cannabis drinks. I'm not pushing it back against you smoking pot. I'm happy to say that I'm not a drug addict, though. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Well, I'm a recovered drug addict. Now, as far as that fight, Ross, that took place on Friday night on Court Avenue.
Oh, it was Friday night. Okay, it was Saturday that I was down there, and I saw all the barricades up. So
right after the fight.
Okay. No.
That's all right.
No,
I'll let
buddy.
you get back to the show.
No. Rev, the barricades were up when they were fighting.
Oh yeah, I know, but yeah, it was Friday though. It was a fight. It was Friday night.
Okay. I saw it on Sunday, and I was told it was Saturday night at midnight. So
thanks, Ray.
No, it's probably anyway. I reviewed it all too myself in the Friday night. But hey, on Friday, I'd like to come back down there to the fair again.
We'll be there.
See you down there, brother.
No, it's 6. Can I get in through the gate then?
You have to talk your way in.
To get in.
You have to talk your way in. Maybe give the guy a blunt.
Talk my way in.
Finagle your way, Ray. Hey, there used to be a gap about 200 yards up from Dean on the gap. If you get on the ground at the campground, you can roll underneath the gate there.
All right.
This is like 1989.
Hey,
okay, so if it's not there anymore, sorry. Bye, Ray.
Ross knows all the East Side's tricks. All the East Side tricks. Joining us now on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. We saw him a couple weeks ago. He's pushing his book. Now he's holding the golf. He looks like is that a Ram? Is that a Ram?
That's not.
Don't even ask me. No, this is a driver. That's all I can tell you.
It's a driver.
It's a driver. It's a driver.
I got these clubs like 15 years ago off Craigslist from a guy who had to have been 100 years old in his garage. And I hope he's still with us. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but we went into his garage, and I'm not a golfer. And it was one of those garages where they have like 100 years worth of stuff like up in the rafters and stuff. And he somehow figured out Craigslist. So I go to his garage, and it was like tied in with a rope. And he starts like to move this rope, and there's like probably a ton worth of like just random crap like tucked in. And I'm just thinking this whole thing's going to collapse and kill this guy. And I'm like, whoa. And amazingly it did. And he got this bag of like, irons and woods. There were actually wooden clubs in there. Paid him $10. And now I just hold them for props. And whenever I go to night golf, I just talk to my buddies and be like, yeah, I'm going to use your clubs while we walk the course.
I want to see the bottom of the club. Can you hold the bottom of the club up so we can see it?
Okay. Like this right here.
Yeah.
Get close.
Tilt it a little bit. Tilt it a little bit so we can see it.
Okay.
I want to see it. It's a Dunlop. Is that what that says? No, it doesn't say Dunlop. Tilt the shaft down. So
Dynatour, offset Dynatour. Oversize, I don't know, Dynatour.
Dynatour. Okay, that's
the old Dynatour.
I think the Rams are better than the Dynatour.
The old Dynatour.
Yeah, you should. The bag's in my car, but yeah, it's a prop.
Did it come with Dynatour irons too?
Yeah, sure.
Boy, you don't golf, do you?
That's why this event is so fun that I'm here to tell you about.
Yeah.
Man. No, I play one on TV though.
Do you get frustrated about that when people say you're like, I'm not a golfer? People are like, what do you mean you don't golf? Or if you're like me, I don't do like brackets, right? I refuse to do because people are like, well, you're the sports guy. You should know everything. I don't know. I don't know shit. It's just the same.
Right. I golf once a year. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay not to do everything. But yeah, we've got night golf coming up Saturday, August 22nd. And if you're not a golfer, this is the event for you. As you can tell with me and my Dynatours and my woods and and whatnot, it's an absolute blast. So thank you for having me on to talk about it.
So how long have you been doing, and I know this is the 39th year, how long have you personally been involved with it, and why are you personally involved with Prevent Blindness Iowa?
There is no reason, like you guys and like a ton of our listeners, I know, it's just fun to be a part of the community and participate in events that benefit so many people. I had a friend who was on the board at Prevent Blindness Iowa and said, hey, here's what we do. We are a nonprofit that has a very small budget, and our people just go into schools and do thousands and thousands of free vision screenings in schools, and they catch problems in kids before they become worse and can lead to irreversible problems. And we have a lot of fun events. We have 2 fun events, basically a walk and then this night golf thing. And I said, I was looking for some sort of board to get involved in, and said, this is the one. And so I've been going out there golfing now for about, 14 years or so, or 15 years. And like I said, I'm not a golfer. I never got to do it growing up. I never had access to golf, really. I mean, I did the other sports, but we weren't members of a golf course or country club or anything like that. And so, yeah, just go out there, screw around. And I've gotten better playing once a year for 14 years. But really, it's all just about having a good time.
It is the most unique experience golfing. It's not real golf, meaning the golf balls are a little bit different. You can't hit a real golf ball. It's just
Can I
First
show
of all,
you
not
one?
safe.
I brought it for you. Here.
You brought one that's a glow in the dark golf. Okay,
All right, so check this out. And
yeah.
by the way, quick plug. I just retweeted at Scott Reister and tag you guys for the registration link Saturday, August 22nd. But anyway, you show up there. You get these glow necklaces because you have to be able to wear them on the course so people see you going around the course. And you get these balls, and there's a little dot on the ball, and so you get your phone flashlight out, a little show and tell here, and you put your phone flashlight over that. And then they just light up.
Now
and if
watch.
you don't like green, say, green's not my lucky color. You just do it again, and you can cycle through all the colors.
Yep.
And
So that way, everybody in your group has a different colored ball.
Right. Yeah. So,
See?
you hit them, and if you're like me and it goes right next to the pin each time, you can say, see, that's mine. It was
If you're
blue.
like me, and
Right.
you hit it right next to the pin every time. That's
So,
where I was aiming.
And not that I condone bending the rules, but if you are worried about, hitting one in the water, you might want to, sneak in you're not allowed to use regular balls, but then again, you're not allowed to sneak
You
in
wouldn't
a
hit.
fair,
You wouldn't
like,
see
wing.
it. It's pitch dark. It's pitch black.
What I'm saying is, at the beginning of the round, we start at 7:30 out there at Terrace Hills, and so if
Travis.
you have maybe rounds holes 1 and 2.
Travis, here's something that happens. Okay, so
Right,
these
right.
golf balls. Somebody said this earlier. Captain Kirk was right about this. Okay, this is very important for you, real golfers. You want to play with other clubs. He says shitty clubs, but I'd call them Reister clubs. We have different words for them.
Right.
These are different golf balls. They're not a normal soft Titleist. They're really hard. So they sound way different coming off the face of a club also. So
Right, they do.
Every year, you're walking out to your hole to get started because, again, there's no golf carts. So you've got push carts or you're just carrying a couple clubs with you. And you'll be walking out there and you'll hear, whack, cheater! Some dude's like, oh, Jay, nobody's going to know if I just hit my Pro V1 off the first. We know. Everybody knows. It sounds completely different than hitting the glow-in-the-dark balls.
What kind of dog you got?
Oh, sorry, that's Dash. She's Bichon Frise, barks when the wind blows. We're safe, that's for sure. You can't. Delivery people, they know our house for sure. One of those dogs. So
More books coming in? Just a ton of books coming in?
yeah. Well, not to me. They go to the stores. But thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Yes, that's been going fun too.
So this is the 39th annual Shot in the Dark. It's $90 or $360 for a foursome. You're selling that short, man. I know it's just 9 holes. You need to bump that up to $500. Serious?
We could, yeah. Well, when the price goes up, it'll be better for the charity. And if you guys want to grumble, you can trace it back to this talk right now. But yeah, it is an incredible value. Thank you for pointing that out. For $90, you get dinner, drink tickets. It's at Terrace Hills in Altoona. We switched it there last summer. It was fantastic. The course is open. It's very new and remodeled. And you get, as I mentioned, these glow balls, glow necklaces. There's a silent auction. There's a party. It's a great time. And best ball format. If you don't have a foursome, by the way, we can match you up too.
How many balls do you get? Because the truth is, I lose on average on a 9, 3 to 4 balls.
I think you get 2, and then right when you registration is between 6 and 7. You can buy extras for $7 right when you register, and they also have flashlights for sale if you forget a flashlight and you want to carry one around. But yeah, you can definitely buy extra, or if you're like me and you have a few extra from the years before. So yeah, we'll make sure you have enough one way or the other.
I've tried to keep them from year to year, Travis, and I don't think I have any extras right now. You're right. It's a real. You can hit good. You don't know where you're hitting the ball. The idea is you're doing this to help blind people. You could hit the ball exactly where you want to hit it, and you might have hit it into trees.
We do mark the course. We do, yeah. So the pin is marked with glow sticks, and so the problem is if it's not a straight shot, if there's a dog leg or something like that,
or if there's bushes or something like that. I mean, again, the point is, you can be a really good golfer. You're going to want a couple of golf balls. I think I usually try to go start the 9 holes with 3 because if you run out, you're done.
Well, yeah, It's honestly, if you think you're going to run out, buy maybe 2 extra. I think we're selling for $7 each. But yeah, good point. And then also switching to Terrace Hills, they don't provide the push cart. So if you have a push cart, bring it. If not, it's just a little bit better of a workout, or you can share a bag of clubs like Mooch
Oh,
over
so
here.
you don't get like a regular cart. They make you walk.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, they're not going to give you keys and say, all right, no lights, good luck.
Yeah, I think it was a liability issue. I wasn't here 39 years ago, but I don't know if it started out with carts and it ended badly, or someone had the foresight in year one to say no carts. But here we are, yeah, almost 40 years in.
Just try not to hit anything or anybody. It'll be really easy.
I do like the move.
Yeah, I do like the move to Terrace Hill as well, Scott. And I love the course has always been great, and the course is never never an issue. But Terrace Hill has the improvements they've made out over there over the last 20 years are incredible.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Rocky Sposato is great guy. I mean, they absolutely are A1 level stewards of that property. And the what am I looking for? The little party room and the banquet hall that we have it in now. I mean, it really feels luxurious, and the course is great. So the food's great, the drinks are great. And it really is a fantastic time, and you're doing it for a great cause. And also, this year is the first year we've had it on a Saturday. Usually, it's on a Friday. I want to say it's on side night usually, but this year, because of availability over at Terrace Hills, it is on a Saturday night. So that actually opens it up for a lot more people that might not have been able to come on a Friday night. So this year it's on Saturday, August 22nd. We're expecting a huge crowd. It's going to be a great time.
Does it sell out, or do you just keep stacking people on top of people?
I think it usually doesn't sell out. I don't think we've ever turned anybody away, because usually we're around like 100 to 120 people on a good year. That's good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great participation, and that's pretty much the sweet spot. So there's enough people to where the course does not get too crowded, and you can run. It's only a 9-hole event, so you can run holes 1 through 9 and then 10 through 18 for the second half of the people. And we also have a putting contest right before we get started. We get out there. I want to say it's $10. Everybody who wants to participate gets 2 putts, and then the closest to the pin gets half the money, and the other half goes to Prevent Blindness Iowa. So we keep it fun. There's all sorts of fun things throughout the night, and glowing golf balls. Need I say more? So
do you have to recharge that golf ball like every time before you tee off? Do you have to put it in the phone, or no?
No. Yeah, and honestly, it was funny because Ross will tell you they used to have those little inserts. It used to be a ball with like a little hollow hole, and you would like crack a miniature glow stick and stick it in there. And they were terrible because it wouldn't work, or the glow stick would fall out mid-flight, and so the ball would just be going through the sky, and then poof, it would vanish. And you'd be like, "What the?"
One of my favorite memories was a glow stick broke. It cracked, and the gel was leaking. And it was great. A guy hit a putt, and it literally left little glow marks along the green. Like it was almost like watching the Tiger Woods game, how it shows the break. Like, oh yeah, I see it goes right. All right.
So that's not a problem anymore. If it does go out, bring a flashlight, or someone in your group will have it, and you can just go find it and reactivate it. But yeah, these are pretty reliable. They do hit a little differently, so you'll get used to them real fast though. And also, one more thing, if you come out, people dress up like glow sticks all over their bodies, their golf bags. They bring wireless speakers to attach to their golf bags. You're walking around. If you take it serious, you can play to win, and there's prizes. If you don't care, there's a prize for last place. So it's for everybody.
There's always somebody that takes it serious. Always somebody that takes it more serious than what they should. Are you going on vacation next week? You're going to miss the fair? You're going on vacation?
Oh no, yeah, we'll be here. I will be out there one of the days for KCCI, but no, I'll be here. I'm going to try to take the family the very last day of the fair. I think it's that's Sunday the 23rd, the day after night golf. So I'll be around though. I know you guys have your big. Are you guys there every day this week? Or
No.
Okay,
we're there Friday.
Yeah, we're there Friday.
Okay, Good deal. Yeah, it's a trip, man. We went last year, and it was one of those days where it's 110 degrees, and it's so hot. It's just like, ugh. So we're hoping for some cool temps.
Excellent stuff, Scott. Always good catching up with you, buddy.
Thanks for doing this, buddy.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it, and have a great time with the fair. And once again, link to registers out there on the Twitter if you want to check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll put it out on our Twitter page and our Facebook page as well. So get signed up. Just $90.
Real quick. When he said his dog, did you know what that was? A Dijon Frise?
No, sounds like the mustard.
No. Is that, yeah, you said mustard Frige. You said Dijon Frige.
I imagined was, in Best of Show, One of those fruity little dogs.
So okay, it's a Bichon Frise. I want you to
want
look
to
this
meet him?
thing
He's
up.
right over there.
Yeah, bring him in.
Yeah, go get that dog.
Give me 5 seconds.
I'm looking at a Google image search of what a Bichon Frise is. Like a fluffy white small dog.
More of a cat than a dog?
Best in show. Wait till you see this thing.
He's far from best in show. This is Dash.
Oh, he's way cuter than I thought.
Yes, no, there's nothing about him as show dog. He's a terror.
He's fun. What's his name?
This is Dash. The kids named him Rainbow Dash when we got him because they were into My Little Ponies, but we just call him Dash. So he runs around, barks at everything, gets into all the bad stuff. You know the saying, bad dogs make for good stories. So, yes, he's full of love and mischief and barks at everything.
Travis, this is a great idea. Let's each go get our dogs and hold them in our laps.
Do it. Dog party.
I can't do it.
Travis has...
My dog would come over and he would just look right into the thing. I don't have to hold him.
Right.
My dog weighs 120 pounds, Scott.
Yeah, that's a little different. Yeah, but yeah. Thank you for including Dash. He loves the camera.
Dash.
So.
Yeah,
Good
that's a dog. That's a dog. The girl who used to work at Channel 13, she had the Chihuahua. That's a cat. That's the Chihuahuas aren't dogs.
That's why I'm glad you brought him in, because I looked up Bichon Frise, and the picture is way fluffier, almost has a poodle type look.
Yeah,
and
so honestly,
no, that's a good looking dog.
Yeah, so he was a lot fluffier, but in the Reister house, we're not very good at brushing our dog. You know what I mean? Like some people brush their dog every day like you're supposed to. This guy becomes a big, fat, tangled mess. And so we just have to hit the reset button and go way shorter than he's.
See, we don't brush our dog until the shit won't fall off his rear end anymore. They're like, God, now it's time to brush him out again.
And when they brush him out, they get a pillow's worth of dog hair. And I'm not kidding. You could fill a pillow with the dog.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, and that's why we got this kind of dog, because he's hyperallergenic. And so I'm very allergic to cats and, long dog hair I don't do well with. But this guy, we're a match made in heaven. So
big fan of Dash. Love it, Scott.
Army Dash. Yeah, so.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Scott,
thanks, guys.
Thanks,
See you,
buddy.
buddy.
See
All
ya.
right, bye, guys. Have a great day.
See you, Scott.
You
Take
too.
care.
Scott Reister from KCCI Channel 8 and Prevent Blindness Iowa shot in the dark golf outing coming up on August 22nd. Again, I'll put that link out to where you get signed up a little bit later on today. Just follow us on X at Rush Mornings or our Facebook page. It'll be sitting right there. Don Nelson passed away yesterday. Don Nelson, a former Iowa Hawkeye.
Yeah. I think, again, my first Don Nelson was the Dallas Mavericks head coach. That's when you say Don, and then I found out he was an Iowa Hawkeye after that.
Because it's a generational thing, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I always knew, to me, I don't remember Don Nelson playing for the Celtics. I sure as hell don't remember playing for Iowa. For me, Don Nelson was the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks when they were really good, but couldn't get over the hump. He made, I think, 11 of his 13 years at Milwaukee, Ross, he made the playoffs, but couldn't win a title. I remember when they got rid of him. And Milwaukee had some really good teams there, and they were playing in the Mecca. And I just remember that weird-looking court. And so, my Don Nelson memory comes before yours. But you're right. I knew he went to Iowa because they've always told you he went to Iowa. But he's not one of those Hawkeye greats.
By the time,
I mean, he is, but it's a generational thing.
It very much is a generational thing. And I don't want this to come across as rude. It's just factual that by the time I'm coming to consciousness in the 80s, Don Nelson looks like my grandpa.
Yeah.
He's got gray hair. He doesn't have the look of an NBA player. He doesn't look like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, He's a short, stocky white guy. In comparison, in comparison to Kareem and those guys. So it was just hard to envision him as a player anyway. So I never saw him as much. And to be honest, Trav, I don't remember many times. Did they bring him back a lot?
Who? I don't remember so. I really don't. I don't remember.
I don't remember like a big Don Nelson. I'm sure they did at some point. Maybe we just don't remember it, or it was, dude, during those Fran years, they could have done a lot of things we wouldn't have known about.
when he was at Milwaukee, he was the Bucks coach from 76 to 87. He won 7 straight division titles. 7 straight, but never won an NBA title. And his entire coaching career. You know, Dirk Nowitzki sent something out yesterday. He was in charge of the Warriors drafting Steph Curry. I mean, because he was at Golden State, and he's the one who convinced Golden State to draft Steph Curry. Pretty smart move. He retired in 2019 and went on to become a weed farmer in Hawaii.
No kidding?
Yeah, been growing the bud.
Don Nelson,
flowers and weed.
Oh, is that what that guy meant earlier when he said you should smoke some flower?
You knew that. You knew that.
Think of that. I thought he meant like some sage.
Ooh. You ever sage the house to get rid of the evil spirits?
Have I ever saged the house?
Telling you.
What are you talking about?
Girls have saged our house. Oh, I got to tell you the story. So Saturday night, I'm like sleeping, right? Anjanette's upstairs. She's not sleeping with me right now because she's got the grandbaby upstairs.
Oh, okay. I thought that was going another direction.
No.
For a second. Okay.
17 times during the night, my front door alarm went off. Like the camera, beep, 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 beep. Ross, I go, I'm like, who's out front at 2 a.m? Well, I couldn't, there was nothing there, but it was like the fog, and the fog made like this human. Yeah, it like drew a thing around it, and I'm like, is that a spirit? I mean, it was really, really bizarre. Bizarre. I'm like, am I seeing things? But 17 different times the alarm went off because it thought it saw a human. And I'm like, it was the spirits, the evil spirits.
Kind of creepy.
How good that camera is.
Rev gives the ringing endorsement. Rev says he grew good weed in Hawaii.
Okay. I wouldn't know the difference between good weed and bad weed. I wouldn't. But we're going to be talking THC drinks when we come back and what happened. And this started because of Brian Duax.
Yeah.
And then our good buddy jumped in and said, hey, you need to talk to one of these two guys because there's no test right now if you drive with a THC drink. We're going to get educated, Ross. Educated. How's that?
So fucking lootly we are.
Yeah. Yeah. See, exactly. Oh, man. But first, do you need new floors? Iowa Floor Covering in Bondurant has you covered with carpet, hardwood tile, luxury vinyl, and more. Plus expert sales and installation you can trust. That's Iowa Floor Covering. Good people, great floors. Visit iowafloorcovering.com today. Make sure to tell them Travis and Ross from the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive sent you. We'll be back after this.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you my dream job is no job, you know. Front row tickets to every show, you know. Hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie, you know.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles, you know. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Willis Chevrolet's Summer of Savings is on now, and the deals are turning up the heat. You'll find a huge selection of new, used, and Car Bravo certified vehicles, all ready for your next road trip, daily drive, or whatever summer throws your way. Right now, you can take advantage of 0% for 5 years on the dependable Silverado and 0% for 36 months on the versatile Equinox and the affordable Trax. It's the perfect time to get into the Chevy you've been eyeing. Don't wait. Shop Willis Chevrolet's Summer of Savings here in Granger or online at willischevy.com.
Another day in paradise.
You said it, buddy. Wait, hush up, it's him.
With over 20 years of experience, Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions can help.
I don't like the sound of that.
Whether it's birds in your dryer vent, ants in your kitchen, or bats in your attic.
Did you just say bats?
Call us today and see how Bats and Bugs can help prevent your home from becoming their home.
Not good, not good.
Well, it's been nice knowing you. I'm out of here.
Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions. Even the pests know. So I think what's unique about Urology Center of Iowa is that we are a truly independent, single specialty clinic.
We have a mantra that the patient comes first, the group comes second, and we as individual surgeons come last.
When I meet with a patient for the first time, I want them to feel heard. I never want them to feel like I'm in a rush.
Just watching the change that you can make in a patient's life, it's everything.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
I like to buy America from hometowns near and far. I'm pursuing happiness, doesn't matter who you are. That's the real thing.
Loving the Rush? Of course you are. Keep listening for more local sports content on The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and Beyond the Bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain from 4 to 6 every day. It's all here on the Rush Radio Network.
Fresh, wild walleyes. This summer, point your compass north to Ballard's Resort on Lake of the Woods. Ballard's Lake of the Woods long-standing family resort offers a pole-in-hand guided fishing experience along with all-inclusive packages that include lodging and meals. Chase 10-pound trophies with the walleye capital of the world's most established fleet. Your adventure for fresh, wild walleyes awaits at Ballard's Resort. Set the hook at ballardsresort.com.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
August is here, which means back to school season is upon us. We over at Land Rover Des Moines want to ensure you and your teens' vehicles are ready for the road ahead. For the entire month of August, we are offering free multi-point vehicle inspections, any make or model. At any of our service center locations, a certified technician will take a look at your tires, brakes, underneath the car, and everything in between. To schedule an appointment, give us a call or head online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, returns now with fresh sports takes and at least one unnecessary rant.
Don't forget that Gary Presnall is an mortgage originator with Community Choice Credit Union in Des Moines Metro Market. He can get you pre-approved in less than 30 minutes. Those pre-approvals can be done after hours or even on the weekends. Gary's the state's top mortgage originator for the past 8 years, and he specializes in financing first-time buyers. He uses conventional loans, VA loans, FHA loans, and Gary specializes in new construction financing as well. He's been financing homes the last 25 years. You can trust him with your largest purchase you're going to make. Give him a call at 515-975-6767 today. We like talking to lawyers because lawyers are smart dudes, and you never know when you're going to need a lawyer. And so we got a lawyer on with us today. Bob, how do I say your last name? I want to make sure I don't mess your last name up.
You wouldn't be the first. Ray Kemper.
Ray Kemper. Okay.
You did well, Travis.
Just like it's spelled, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, is this phonetically? So you came up last week. Our good buddy Kent listens to the show on a regular basis. He's a different type of lawyer. And we were talking about THC drinks, and I asked Brian Duax from Central City Liquors, what happens if you get pulled over drinking a THC drink? Is that a sobriety test? Is there a breathalyzer test? And how much are you seeing this stuff pop up more and more?
Yeah, you can get an OWI with THC drinks the same way you can with alcohol, drugs, controlled substances, because it's technically a controlled substance.
And is that done with a field sobriety test, like we see, a hand out, finger to the nose type of thing?
Yeah, one of the fallacies is they apply field sobriety tests across the board. So whether it's a drug, whether it's a controlled substance, they use the same test for alcohol that they do for the rest of them. So the walk and turn, the one leg stand, the follow my finger with eyeballs.
Honest, as somebody on the outside, I haven't, luckily, knock on wood, never had to deal with this. Mm-hmm. I think I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it being a field sobriety test. Like it feels to me like you should have certain motor skills to be able to drive. Now, what I don't like is that it gets into the objective judgment of a cop on whether or not you pass those given tests.
Well, I put both of you through those tests right now and you'll fail.
I would.
I mean,
hey,
you absolutely would.
I've had the flu the last 2 nights, right? I didn't get out of bed. I'm so groggy right now. I'm like, I would fail a field sobriety test. I promise you.
Bloodshot, watery eyes. I can see him from here. Yeah.
See? Exactly.
Travis, I didn't notice it till he leaned back last time. Do you see what his shirt says?
Allegedly. Allegedly. I like that. Oh, man. Are you seeing more and more THC cases, especially when it comes to like the climbing kites and stuff like that? And
yeah,
because there's no breathalyzer, do they do blood tests then, or what goes on?
They'll do urine. So yeah, we've started to see them more. THC is a controlled substance. I mean, there's a little difference based upon how it's obtained, right? The hemp is legal, the non-hemp is not, but it gets treated the same. And they'll do the field sobriety test. If somebody fails, they'll do a breath test, right? The handheld breath test out in the field. If that's under 08, well, from there they're going to drugs. That's just what they're trained, whether they have any reason or not. If you can't do fields, you can't do you blow under. Now they shift gears to drugs, and then what they do is it's a urine test, and then the urine test tests for 3 different types of metabolites of marijuana.
And then like alcohol, so the 0.08, there's this threshold for you're intoxicated once you hit that. No matter what your body weight is, no matter what your tolerance is, you hit 0.08, you're intoxicated and can't drive. Is there something like that with THC as well?
Yeah, you ready for this? Any amount.
No.
Yep. Any amount, any detectable amount in your urine or blood of any product of cannabis. So all the THC metabolites, whether it's active or inactive, if you have it, so there's 3 different types. The one is going to be there for a while, some days, weeks, months. If that's in your urine and detectable at any amount, technically that's OWI.
But doesn't this stuff stick around? Like I remember when I was in high school, they would say weed sticks around for 30 days. Is that?
It can. Yeah.
So you smoke a joint or you eat an edible. Like Travis is in Nebraska where Delta 9 is legal.
Yep.
Delta 8.
Delta 8, I'm sorry. But that's I'm going to screw up the words of this. Cannabinoid or whatever.
That's why I'm not even trying. Yeah,
Okay,
it's going to test the metabolites are going to come up the same in a urine test. And so Illinois, right across the river.
Yeah.
The other side of the
we're
state.
surrounded by states that allow it. Minnesota, Illinois, Missouri, and Nebraska.
If you give them a reason to get your urine, and for example, we've seen now the lab, if they get a test for alcohol, just alcohol, all they suspect is alcohol, right? They take a test, they get a result, it's under 08. The lab will automatically then test for other drugs.
Jeez.
So yeah, it's a problem. It's a big problem.
So if somebody's watching right now, and Bob's going to be the guy you want to call if you get an OWI, by the way, but he wants more OWI cases. But should somebody refuse a urine test, and can you refuse a urine test? Because if you say, hey, I smoked a joint 10 days ago, this is going to pop up. I'm not taking your. Can you refuse that on site?
You absolutely can. The trick is if they have a sufficient reason to believe there's drugs in your system, and they ask for that test at the station. If you refuse, you lose your driver's license for a year.
And
if you consent,
yeah,
it's 6 months.
And like if you did what Travis said, if you said, hey guys, I was in a state where it's legal and I smoked a joint 3 weeks ago, that you just admitted that you have it in your system.
Iowa law does not care.
Holy buckets.
Mm-hmm. And it gets worse with prescription drugs and that kind of thing too. Like that's a whole nother episode. But yeah, for weed, if they have a reason to ask, they ask, you're hot, done with your license anyways.
Wow. That kind of shocks me a little. Does that shock you, Ross?
I'm shocked. Yep. I think Ken Payne has been through this because he said when he got pulled over and they thought he was stoned, he said they set a chili cheese dog on the hood of the cop car to see if he would eat it. And he said, if you eat it, you're going
How's
down.
that for a sobriety test? I think that makes more sense than walking heel to toe and standing on one leg, right?
Yeah, right. Which I agree. I've always thought that those are the type of thing that I like the idea of having a motor skills test to see if you're able to do it. I hate the idea that it's an arbitrary thing with each individual cop, whether or not you pass. And I didn't know about them being able to take all those other steps. Wow.
Are you seeing more and more of these THC cases, or is it just kind of what we'd expect?
No, we're seeing, it's blowing up between THC and prescription medications. The way that they're handling those investigations, where if you're under alcohol, okay, we're going to look for everything else. It's becoming a big problem. I feel for people's privacy and for everything else, but we're seeing a lot more of them.
Obviously, we don't want people impaired on the road, right? But no. I could make the argument that a tired driver is just as dangerous as a drunk driver.
Eating the chili cheese dog while driving. I mean, that's way more dangerous than somebody at a 05 or an 06.
I still see people I'll see people putting on makeup on the way to work. I'm like,
dude, people staring at their phones while they're driving.
But we're prosecuting people with something that impaired them 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah. That's not impairing them right then and there because it's not technically connected to impairment.
All right, so Bob, what do you? And maybe this is, and if this is too vague and you can't answer it or don't want to answer it, I understand. But what do you recommend if people get pulled over? Maybe they have had a joint in the last week. Maybe they've had a joint in the last hour. Maybe they've got a little bit of alcohol in their system and they're worried about being at that 0.05 or 0.09 level. What's your recommendation when people get pulled over to keep everybody safe and follow the law?
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a joint. It could be one of those climbing kites.
It's true.
I think rule number one is never disclose your privileged private medical history to law enforcement. It's not their right to know. They don't have a signed release for you to say that. But the other thing is what I tell people, I tell my own family this is you'll never see me doing field sobriety tests. Because if I'm coming home from happy hour, right, and I know I've had 2, 3, I'm going to be under 08. If I do fields, they're going to find a reason to say I'm impaired. If I just say, no, thank you, I'll do that handheld breath test if you agree to show me the result. I come back in 05 or 06. They have nothing else to expand their suspicion based upon, right? I'm polite, I'm cooperative, I have my things ready to go. So field sobriety tests, I think, are the biggest setup for any motorist because we're not going to be able to do them on a good day.
So you can, I did not know this, you can refuse a field sobriety test.
Correct.
I did not know that. But if you turn around and go, hey, I don't trust the field sobriety, I'll be more than happy to do a breathalyzer if you show me the result because you want to see what it says.
Yeah, right. And there's some that'll be fine with that. There's others that'll be like, I'm going to go get a warrant instead, right? And then they go take your blood and test it for everything. But
I learned most of my information from the internet, and it's always accurate.
That's safe.
Yeah, it's very, very. It hasn't done me wrong yet. How often do people really take their phones out and record interactions with cops?
Too often, and that's a really terrible idea.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Because I never see it go well. So that's
it is the dumbest thing you can do, especially nowadays. You're reaching for something, you pull it out, it's long and black. It's a terrible idea. Don't do it. They're recording. I promise you, they're recording. Especially here in Iowa, body cams, in-car cameras are most agencies are going to have everything on camera. Don't reach for your
I
phone.
like that. Okay, I like that. I've not that I get pulled over a lot, but I've never done that, and I see it all the time. I think that same thing. Like, I don't think this is going to go well.
It's so obnoxious, and I mean, if you want to do something, audio record, fine, audio record. But putting the phone up in an officer's face, it's just an escalation of a situation that doesn't need to be escalated.
What do you think about the sovereign citizen defense?
First Amendment auditors, Bob, fire away.
Hasn't worked yet. The First Amendment auditors, I actually got a little bit of respect for because that's kind of interesting to watch. It's at least entertainment. And they're right. If you're in public, you can record, you can do whatever you want. But when you're in a traffic stop situation, don't pull your phone out. That's a really bad idea.
Man. Stuff I never would have thought about.
First Amendment auditors. My brother's on the verge. Bob, I'm telling you, my brother, he's on the verge. My brother's the type of guy that, I've been in line with him and all of a sudden you see credit only, card only.
I'm clearing out cash.
Legal U.S. tender, right? Like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
So I'll get your number for him for someday. When
Absolutely,
he needs the First Amendment on there out.
Because of the vagueness of THC, are you finding a lot of the THC cases you're winning because you can't prove if that person was?
Trav, can you help me out? When you say vagueness of THC, what do you
meaning that sure you may have tested, but you don't know when that person used THC.
It doesn't matter. That's the problem. That's the challenge. It all comes down to whether they had the right or the authority to ask for the test. That's where those fights happen in these cases, where the defense is. Because if the test shows any amount of even a metabolite of THC, that is under the definition of the law illegal.
Dude, Travis,
that's operating while intoxicated.
That's wild to think that you could have an inebriant from weeks ago. That really, and if you're doing a small level, or if you're doing a Delta 8 or whatever they're called, it might not even get you like stoned. And then, but weeks later, you get pulled over because you crossed over a center line, or you see a lot of this, Bob.
More and more, it's increasing. I mean, because you have it's so prevalent in all the states around us, right? And it's kind of lost its taboo around here too. And the people, well, I had a climbing kite. Well, that triggers THC. I was in Missouri, or I was in Illinois, but I was perfect last night, right? And I was perfectly fine. I'm good now. Well, what's in your system? That's what it comes down to.
Go ahead,
I mean, well, I was just going to wonder. I mean, what if you had a client that said fully cooperative, say, hey, have you had anything to drink, sir? Yes, I have. I have had one climbing kite. I mean, right there, because if I said I had one beer, I'm going to pass a breathalyzer test, right? I mean, but if you say one climbing kite, that's not judging something on the same level.
You're right, and you're seeing it. You're exactly seeing the problem with the law the way it's written right now.
Holy cow! I didn't know this.
So how would you rewrite the law? You're going to court. You see cases like this. How would you rewrite the law for this?
I would tie it to impairment, and I would get rid of the metabolite part. I would get rid of that whole concept of any amount of a metabolite, or even actually with THC, take out I just looked, THC-COOH is the inactive metabolite. Take that out of the law completely. That's absurd. It's the dumbest thing ever. Go to active THC, that usually is a blood or urine test, and or tie it to impairment. If you're impaired, you're impaired. We don't want you on the road.
That's how I'm like, I like that idea. It's judging that impairment that I think would be the hard thing to figure out the law.
And they have a definition of impairment already. We already have that. We use it for alcohol. We use it for other drugs. So focus on impairment. That's what scares us. That's what's dangerous.
What's the definition of impairment? Because you just said, hey, don't do a field sobriety test. What's the definition of impairment if you refuse the field sobriety test?
They use the phrase under the influence, and it's whether by consuming the substance, your judgments, and it's subjective as hell. Judgment's impaired. You've lost control of bodily actions or motions. Your emotions are excited, right? The mad drunks, or your mental abilities are affected to any degree. So it's super subjective, but at least then there's some type of how's it actually affecting you?
Yeah.
The evaluation that goes into it.
Have you had any cases come up with flock cameras yet? Have you had any defendants that are, oh boy.
We just started seeing them. We actually saw one in a search warrant in a drug case where they tracked people across state lines into Nebraska and got their whole timelines. So we're just now starting to see that come about.
I didn't know about those until the company I work for, we built the new DEA thing. And I went up there and I go, what do you guys do up here? Like, oh, we follow people across the state. I said, what do you mean? They're like, oh, we've got cameras everywhere and I just like, you can do that? They're like, oh, we know where everybody is.
Yeah.
We know where everybody is. And that kind of freaked me out a little bit. I was like,
Big Daddy's watching. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. And AI makes it easier for them to do that. Yeah, it's a ball of wax, and it's actually an interesting debate. Yeah,
it is. I've had a lot of fun conversations with people on both sides of that issue. Just trying to figure out what what they are and what they're being used for and how big of a tool we're building to put into somebody's hands.
But that's also why I have more respect for the First Amendment auditors, going back to that, right? Big Brother's watching us, they're recording us, they're following us across the state, wherever it may be. And then suddenly when somebody puts them on camera, they're a little uncomfortable in a public place. I find it kind of ironic. It's kind of fun.
How many flock cameras do you think are in Iowa right now following people? I mean, is there a number?
I have no idea. But
Travis,
they love them.
There's thousands. There's 173 in Des Moines.
Really?
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, there's 1,000. Yeah, you can look it up. I mean, the cameras are all, or the contracts are all public.
You know,
can
I'm
find out
torn
right where they are.
I'm torn on the flock cameras. I really am, because like everything, there's a good look at I-80. It's the biggest. It moves more, trafficking of humans on I-80 than anywhere. And if you could catch it because of that, I'd like that, right?
Yeah,
but then
are they using it to catch that stuff, or are they using it to catch the wrong porch pirate?
Did you see that Washington Post article where they were busting the officers that were using it to stalk their own exes?
See this, Trevor? Stalking their exes to see where they were going.
Oh,
like,
man.
Dude,
that's the problem, right?
Yes.
There's legitimate basis, and we love the legitimate basis, but then we see the backside of it, and we're like,
there's bad actors who take those tools and turn them into weapons, and that and you start to say that, and they go, if you just behave right, you won't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
Oh, shit. We're losing, man. Keep up the good fight, Bob. This has been a lot of fun, man. I hope. So, what do you anticipate? So, the THC laws have fluctuated here these last couple of years. Sounds like if Rob Sand gets in, he wants to maybe. I haven't really paid attention. Is it legalize? Is it decriminalize? What would that do if it is decriminalized, or if we had the same sort of laws as the states around us?
Well, if we're going to do that, then we got to correspondingly address the other laws, right? So we got to address the driving laws. We got to address the people that are losing their license for not being impaired. And that's going to take everybody sitting down, but it's going to be a hot mess, like anything up on that hill is. You're going to need some common sense going forward. But I would love to see a task force put together to say, all right, how do we actually what do we want to accomplish with our public safety, with impaired drivers, and how do we do it rationally and reasonably, so that when we have those officers that are just running around looking for everything and anything, there's a way to kind of curb that, and we're not stuck at the discretion, so that we have a little bit of a safety net, so to say, within the legal system.
GRLlaw.com. It's Gorley, Ray Camper, and Lindholm. Those are your three partners, I take it. And
they are.
Yeah, and so do you guys do like everything? You got criminal defense, divorce, estates. What do you guys all do there at GRL?
We run from divorces. We don't do those.
Good for you, my friend.
No, it's
Smart
terrifying.
man.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Anything with criminal defense, we do personal injury, wrongful death, that kind of thing as well. So trial work. We're trial lawyers.
Are you a Des Moines native?
No, actually, I grew up in Hawaii. Speaking of good weed.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So if you grow up in Hawaii, but you have skin like you, are you still considered? Is that haole?
Haole is haole gets. Yeah.
Haole. Okay, and is that a pejorative?
It depends upon the context and the intonations.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like yeah.
How the hell did you end up in Iowa?
An airplane.
That's fair. That's fair.
I went actually.
I was gonna swim, and then this plane was taking off. My God.
Seems easier, drier. No, it's random. I went to undergrad at Coe College in Cedar Rapids, and then law school at Drake. So
wow,
it was easy to stay once I got here. Way cheaper here.
Did you meet a woman that kept you here?
I did.
I see. Okay, there's Iowa girl.
That's how it happens, right? You get locked down.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Do you play sports at Coe then?
I practiced a lot. Didn't play much.
What sport? Because nobody goes from Hawaii to Coe. You could have gone to Chaminade for.
So hold on, Travis. Let's figure this out. If he went to Coe to do a sport, And he's
Either
from
baseball, football, or
Hawaii.
basketball.
I was thinking football.
Yeah, football.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Quarterback?
I should have. I got a good arm. Not anymore. No, receiver, tight end.
Oh, tight
I
end.
was too slow for receiver, too small for tight end. So special teams. Scout team All-American, I like to say.
Scout team All-American. I like it. I like it.
I saw something today or yesterday about the travel for the upcoming Division I college football season. And they said that Hawaii, Travis, do you know how many miles the football team for Hawaii has to travel every year?
Oh my God.
I would guess 30 to 35,000.
It's in the it was like 30. Yeah, you're right in that range, like 32,000 miles or something. That's all.
Yeah, you're not getting to the West Coast for under 2,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they got to go there at least 4 or 5 times.
Yep.
Those are the closest road games.
So does mom and dad still live? Are they still with us, and do they still live in Hawaii?
No, they're in Virginia now, but uncles and aunts and extended family still back there.
So
I have to go back and visit. It's rough.
Got to go back, and you got a place to stay for free, so you don't have to buy the hotel, which is saves a ton of money. All right, Bob. Well, good stuff. Hopefully, you be our lawyer on call. We like to have lawyers on call just for a number of reasons, but and if you guys need a lawyer, call Bob.
GRL Law. GRL.
Appreciate it, guys. It's a blast.
Thanks, man. We'll talk soon.
Bob. Appreciate it.
All right, sounds great.
Bob Ray Kemper joining us on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Any level of THC.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, because I was always told if weed's in your system for like 30 days. Everybody said, don't do coke because it's gone like the next day.
Jesus. You need different friends.
You're my friend.
I never said, you know what you should do? We should get some coke up that nose. That's what we should do. That'll calm you down.
Man.
That was a fun conversation. Thanks for setting that up.
It was.
And he totally seems like an abso-fucking-lutely guy.
Allegedly. What a great t-shirt.
What a great t-shirt.
That's the guy you want on your side. That's the guy you want.
So you get pulled over, say as little as possible. Say, I will submit to a breathalyzer test, but I want to see the results. I will not submit to a field sobriety test. Man.
That's simple.
That is wild. Any part left.
Man. Hey, folks, still time to get signed up. You got till 10 o'clock tomorrow morning to enter for a chance to win $10,000 cash to become a semifinalist in the national promotion NASCAR Powerball, The Chase. In this national promotion, each time a semifinalist advances through, they will collect an additional cash prize that could win $1 million. To learn more about this promotion, go to ialottery.com. Fun show today. Hopefully my body recovers for tomorrow. And we'll be back at 6 a.m. Don't forget, The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon and Beyond the Bench with Sean Lucas, live from Las Vegas today at Circa. They'll be on at 11 and at 4. It is the Rush Radio Show.
Better, buddy.
Powered by Willis Automotive.
Hey, Tanner with Liberty Lawn and Landscape here. We are now booking, so get a hold of us to schedule your next project today. Serving the Des Moines Metro, we specialize in a variety of services such as retaining walls, paver patios, edging and rocking, and much more. Now offering 3D renderings to show you exactly how your project will look before beginning. Liberty is proudly veteran-owned and ready to serve you today.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
The
World Cup is heating up, and so are we at Willis Nissan. This July, you can score big with 0% on the rugged Frontier, the practical and fuel-efficient Murano, the full-size Pathfinder, and the compact and modern Rogue. And with up to $5,000 in available customer cash on these models, the savings are even better. So stop into our showroom or head online to willisnissan.com today.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Bask in the glory of victory, or if necessary, wallow in the sorrow of defeat. Do both after every Hawkeye game on the Black and Gold Rush on the Rush Radio Network.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Don't settle for less. Get more of what you want with new Power Water from Powerade. More electrolytes, more flavor, and zero sugar. Do it again, make it a 10. I got the power. Finally, a fitness water that gives you power for more. Powerade Power Water. It takes more.
There's more Rush coming up now, but stay tuned to the Rush Radio Network for the Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and finish your day with Sean Roberts and Lucas Train on Beyond the Bench from 4 to 6. Only on the Rush Radio Network.